गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. We were on the 13th verse. अहोरात्रो वै प्रजापतिः तस्याह रेव प्राणः रात्रिरेव रयिः प्राणं वा एते प्रस्कन्दन्ति ये दिवाराया संयुज्यन्ते ब्रह्मचर्यमेव तद् यद् रात्रौ रत्या संयुज्यन्ते. So we saw that as we have moved, the question was, from where did this whole creation begin from? From where has it come from? And the answer was given, Prajapati. And who was that Prajapati? Here we have to be, this comes only through the, here nowhere it is written. But when we understand, when the masters teach that the question, the creator is the, when it is such a question is asked, it is a relative question. And the student, Kabandhi, is asking sage Pippalad. And the question refers to the relativity. What he is seeing, hearing, touching, the immediate world. And to that, the sage Pippalad, who knows what is the disposition of the student, because he has made all the 6 students stay for 1 year with brahmacharya, with shraddha, with tapasya under his in his ashram, and then he has allowed them to ask the question. And that also, you can ask the question, I'll answer if I know it, otherwise I will not answer. So the students could have gone, but they trusted the teacher, so they stayed. 1 year doing tapasya, shraddha and brahmacharya. And now the student has asked, from where has this creation come? The teacher said, it has come from the sun. Sun is the Prajapati. The sun and moon are the Prajapati. Sun is, and that Prajapati again is told as that one Prajapati, that one creator is known as sun and the moon. Sun is the praan, moon is the rai. Rai is the matter, praan is the consciousness. Praan is the life itself, the spirit. Then from there, as the verses went along, we saw from the sun we came to ear. The ear is Prajapati, and that ear has Uttarayan and Dakshinayan. Uttarayan is Praan, Dakshinayan is Rai, spirit and matter. Then from that we moved on to the Prajapati as the month. In that we saw the the bright fortnight is the Praan and the dark fortnight is the Rai, spirit and matter. And then from that, from the month we came to the day as the Prajapati, and we saw the day and night in a day. The day is the Praan and the night is the Rai. Now what happens? So here we come, aho ratrau vai prajapati, etc., etc. So here, are, so now the the creator Prajapati is brought down even lower. That Prajapati is now the from was who was the Masatma. First it was the year Atma, now he is the Masatma, now he is the day Atma. and and the day is reduced to days and nights, and together them they are, those that day and night are expressions of that one day, and that day is called as the meaning day means which includes day and night, that is called as the Prajapati. So when we say Masatma, Mas is the month, is the Prajapati, it means the Uttarayan, the bright fortnight plus dark fortnight together is called the Prajapati, the 1 month, and so on. And it was told here that in the 13th verse, just recapping, that the people dehydrate themselves or kill themselves by losing their vitalities, and those, and how do they do it? By getting lost in matter during the day. And how do they get lost in matter during the day? Such people, here it is told, they come in contact with the opposite sex and waste the time with that by coming in contact with them, and thus only thinking about the opposite sex and getting lost, and that is their only theme in their minds. And thus one must remember that daytime is the time when we use our vitality towards higher purpose, whether within or without, but it has to be used for something great, for something worthy, not go into the lust and the lower pleasures. And in this way, it was told, and therefore, but here it was also told that those people who get involved in contact, or that is sex, in the daytime, they are living a adharmic life, and it is nishedh. It is not, our scriptures say, don't waste the day in such activities. But those people who are coming together with their with the opposite sex as husband or wife at night, then they are following brahmacharya, and that's the point here being told. And this was not told for sannyasi or vanaprastha or brahmachari, this was told for grahasthas, that they are allowed to. Now Manusmriti talks a lot more about it, we are not going to get into that now. Having told all this, coming, where are we now? We are at the day level. How is the day expressing? Day and night. 24 hours are expressing as day and night. Now we even go further down. And what is the next level? Here it is told. Repeat after me. Annam vai prajapatihi. Annam vai prajapatihi. Tatoha vai tad retaha. Tatoha vai tad retaha. Tasmad imah praja prajayanta iti. Tasmad imah praja prajayanta iti. Together. Annam vai prajapatihi tatoha vai tad retaha tasmadima prajah prajayanta iti. Here it says that, where are we? One moment. annam vai prajapatihi. Now annam means food. Now food is prajapati. Food is verily the prajapati. Tatoha vai tad retaha. And from that is retaha. Retaha is tejaha. Tejaha is the seed. So from the food comes the seed. And next part is tasmad ima praja prajayanta iti, and then it is said, and from that seed again all the creatures are born. Only when the seed is placed in the womb, then the body is created. So from where did the seed come from? The seed came from the food. Where did the food come from? It came from coming together at night. Where did the day and night come from? It came from the day. Where did the day come from? The day came from the bright fortnight or the dark fortnight, which itself is an expression of the month. Where did the month come from? It came from the Uttarayan or the Dakshinayan, which itself is an expression of the year. Where did the year come from? It came from the sun and the moon, the praan and the rai. Both of them are themselves expressions of that one creator, the Prajapati. So here we have to understand praan and rai. Praan is the knower, rai is the known. Praan is the life giver, the conscious being, and the rai is the matter, which is dependent, has got no independent knowledge or light or anything. It is dependent on the praan. So in this manner, let's look at the I'll try and I have to read it on the laptop. It's too small in the book. Evam kramena parinamya tat. So in that sequence we come down and we saw the mantra, and now the bhashya. Annam vai prajapatihi. Anna, food itself verily is the Prajapati. And katham, how? So here it is told that tataha tasmadha vai retaha nrubijam tat prajakaranam tasmad yoshiti siktad ima manushyadi lakshanaha prajah prajayante. So it is told in what manner food is Prajapati, the creator. So towards that it is told that from food only the cause in the form of the seed, that is the vitality in the men is created, is brought about, and the woman, when that seed is placed in the, again here then it is not told here, but I can say thinking loudly, then the seed becomes the praan and the womb becomes the rai. So that seed is placed in the womb, and from that the praja is created. So what is praja? Praja is nothing but the expression of that one Prajapati, that one creator. As we have seen the declination as we went down, and eventually so many beings, not necessarily only human beings, So much life. From where has it come? From the Prajapati. Yat prushtam kutoha vai prajah prajayanta iti. Hey Kabandhin, whatever you had asked me, that from where the creation has come about, where have all the beings come from, what is their source, from where they have come about, I have told you everything in detail. Tadeva Chandraditya Mithunadi Kramena Ahoratran Tenan Asrugreto Dwarene Maha Prajah Prajayanta iti Nirnitam. So it is told, the sun and the moon and the sun, the union between the sun and the moon, we started from there, and then we came to the day and the night, and from there we came down to, in the sequence we came down to Anna, and from that Anna the blood was created, Rakta, and from that blood the Virya was created. Virya is the vitality, and from that vitality, from that Virya, from that seed, the entire Praja, all the beings come about, and this is what has been concluded. And in this manner, the teacher, remember, don't forget the questioner was Kabandhi, and the teacher is Sage Pippilad, and that sage has been answering the questions. The sage has been answering the questions, and in this way sorry, I'm just getting lost in this pages. So in other words, what is being told is that the same reality is getting repeated again and again. There is one thread of Prajapati which is always there. Thus, it is one reality expressing as many. Just like one thread of man is seen in and through the son, the father, the husband, the uncle, etc., etc. The employee, the waker, the dreamer, the sleeper. There is one person alone who is extending himself in and through all the roles. Exactly the same way. Catch this. Now, when the next chapter begins, we will look at it subjectively. Now it is told, who is following this after having told this till the 14th verse. Is it 14th verse? Yeah, 14th verse. Now the phala. What is the phala? What is the result of, what is the fruit of Prajapati Vrata? Continuing. Repeat after me. Tadyeha vai tat prajapati vratam charanti. Tadyeha vai tat prajapati vratam charanti. Te mithunam utpadayante. Te mithunam utpadayante. Teshame vaisha brahma loko. Teshame vaisha brahma loko. Yesham tapo brahmacharyam. Yesham tapo brahmacharyam. Yeshu satyam pratishthitam. Yeshu satyam pratishthitam. Together. तद्येह वै तत्प्रजापतिव्रतं चरन्ति ते मिथुनम् उत्पादयन्ते तेषामेवैष ब्रह्मलोको येषां तपो ब्रह्मचर्यं येषु सत्यं प्रतिष्ठितम्. So here he says that so what is this Prajapati Vrata Phala? So here it is told, those who observe the rule of the Prajapati, Tadyeha vai tat Prajapati varam vratam charanti. Charanti, walk. Walk the path of Prajapati, walk, observe. Another way to put it is observe, follow the rule of Prajapati. They produce a pair. So what do you mean by what is a pair? Family is complete if you have a boy and a girl. A pair, complete. Remain happy. But here, subjectively, what is the pair? The creator, sun and the moon. Then after that, the Uttarayan and Dakshinayan. Then after that, bright fortnight and dark fortnight. Then after that, what was after that? Day and night. Then after that, the virium and the vitality and the womb, the seed and the womb. Okay. So what was created as a result of the day and night? Food. And that food was the Prajapati, and that Prajapati expresses as the seed on one hand, and that is called praan, and womb on the other, which is the Rahi, receiver. Rahi is the receiver. Moon is the receiver of light. It does not have its own light. And so on. Those who follow this, so here let's see what the Bhashya says. Tat tatra evam sati ye grihasthaha. So who follow this Prajapati Vrata? It is not Brahmachari who follows this who follows this Prajapati Vrata. It is not the Vanaprastha who follows the Prajapati Vrata. It is not the Sannyasi who follows the Prajapati Vrata. It is the Grahastha who follows this Prajapati Vrata. And here it says, Havai iti prasiddha smaranarthau nipatau tat prajapatehe vratam prajapati vratam rutau bharyagamanam charanti kurvanti tesham drishtafalamidam. And here it is said that those who follow this Prajapati Vrata and at the correct time they come together, that means the husband and wife come together, meaning the seed and the womb come together, and all this is told that when the things are done in the proper way, then the result is also very good, is proper. And that's why we see in today's society, moving away from this point a little bit, that's why we see in today's society, which is living at the lust level, living at the body level only, and as a result, why free meeting will end in 10 minutes? The Zoom might stop in 10 minutes. So I'll start again if it stops, okay? Because it says someone has not paid for the Zoom. So I'll have to remind them. Where are we? Huh. So, wrong reasons of coming together. See, you want a good child. This is for grahasthas, if there are any young ones listening. I don't think so, but now the time is past for you all. And what is that? That you practice brahmacharya for 1 full year after marriage, remembering the divine name, doing the pujas, etc., doing the service to the society, having good thoughts, and then come together with your partner, with your wife or husband, and then you see the quality of the child that is born. Why we are getting so many paraplegic, underdeveloped, cranky, all sorts of children? Firstly, people are conceiving late, not in their prime. Secondly, not only late, but there is, just because they want a child, so they are having a child. That's another problem. There is no what you call self-control there. The self-control is brought about by the pill, not by the by the will, not by brahmacharya. So these, just the thought came, so I said, told you. What is the those who come at the right time? Bharya gamanam charanti kurvanti tesham drushta phalamidam. They get the fruit. What is that fruit that they get? Te mithunam putram duhitaram cha utpadayante. And they get a boy and a girl. They produce a boy and a girl. Esha yaschandramaso brahmalokaha pitruyana lakshanaha yesham tapaha tapasnataka vratadini brahmacharyam rutau anyatra maithuna समाचरणं ब्रह्मचर्यं येषु च सत्यम अनृत वर्जनम प्रतिष्ठितम अव्यभिचारितया वर्तते नित्यमेव. So those who are these so those who practice complete self-control other than the right time to come together, and they practice brahmacharya rest of the time and follow the path of satya, truth, and and give up the untruth, and they do not live a life of indulgence, and this way they are continuously living their daily life. For them, this good result of a boy and a girl is bestowed. And such people who have a boy and a girl as a progeny, as a fruit, such people go to Chandralok, and that is they go to the Chandralok, which is the here or the Chandralok is also called as the Pitrulok. Pitrulok, where was the Pitrulok? Remember the third verse? The Pitrulok was the Chandralok, meaning the moon itself. So what was the Suryalok? Suryalok was where you go towards the consciousness. Chandralok was where you go towards matter. Matter, when you go to the world of matter, meaning Chandralok is the heaven. When you go there, then the only other result is you will come back again to the earth or some other yoni, and you will be recycled. So, and on the contrary, those who follow the path of uh, the other path, they the path of the sun, they go to Surya Lok. And what happens to them? Here it says, यह तु पुनरादित्य उपलक्षित उत्तरायणः प्राणात्मभावः विरजः शुद्धः न चन्द्रब्रह्मलोकवद्रजः रजस्वलः वृद्धिक्षयादि युक्तः असौ तेषां केषाम् इति उच्यते. So those people who are not like those people who have gone to Chandralok. Who are the people who have gone to Chandralok? Those who have the dirt of Kila Kachara and Sukha Kachara. Those who have the dirt of attachment and emotions to relations and possessions. Relations, wet garbage, possessions, dry garbage. Such people go to Chandralok, the loka of the ancestors, the moon, the heaven. This is called the heaven. But those people who are not having the garbage of the wet garbage and the dry garbage, what happens to what happens to them? And they are focused on the Surya Lok. They are focused on the consciousness. What happens to them? What happens to such what happens to such people who don't compromise with matter? They continue to be steadfast in truthfulness. They are steadfast in being conscious. And those who have given up, fixed themselves, we are talking about Grahasthas, not Brahmachari, Sannyasi or Vanaprasth. Such Grahasthas, those who have not allowed falsehood to come in, hypocrisy to come in, lust to enter into their mind, and living a life of proper manner. Then what happens to such people? Such people go to the Surya Lok. And where are we? They go to Surya Lok. In other words, they go to Brahma Lok. And from Brahma Lok, there is no coming back. Then they stay along with Brahmaji. And this is the result gained by those who follow the path of the sun and those who follow the path of the moon. Okay, good. You're back. So in 40 minutes again it will close. Still they don't pay. Who has to pay. So here it was told. Where are we? Repeat after me in the 16th verse. Tesham asau. Where are we? Tesham asau virajo brahmaloko. Tesham asau virajo brahmaloko. Nayeshu jiv. Nayeshu jiv. Jihva. Jihma. Nayeshu jihma anrutam namaya cheti. Nayeshu jihnamrutam na maya cheti. Together. Tesham asau virajo brahmaloko. Nayeshu jihnam anrutam na maya cheti. So, what is the destination? I have already explained, but what is the destination of those who follow the path of the sun? Remember, path of the moon was southern. What was that? Dakshinayan, southern equinox, and path of the sun is the Uttarayan, when the sun is moving northwards from the equator. So here, यथा गृहस्थानाम अनेक विरुद्ध संव्यवहार प्रयोजन वत्वाञ्जिह्नम कौटिल्यम वक्रभावः अवश्यम भावी तथा न येषु जिह्नम. In the manner that a grahastha has to follow in his life many different activities which are diametrically opposite to each other, and the purpose could be different, and he has to manipulate. Somewhere there is corruption, somewhere there is convenient truth is told, or convenient lies are told, and you think you can get away. And it's a life of grahastha's life is a life of compromise with the partner, with the children, with the grandchildren, with the profession, with the society, everywhere. There is only, you just always having a balancing act, so to speak. And so, in such people, here it is told, and we play with each other. We just like our Arjuna, who continued to play with Krishna, never taking him seriously. We tease each other. We sometimes hurt each other by way of play, etc., etc. Then it says, Tatha Maya Grahasthanam Iva Na Yeshu Vidyate. And also in those grahasthas, where there is no attachment, there is no not attachment, here it is, the word is used is maya. Let me see how it is. Keep your audio off, please, whoever has come. Maya naam bahiranyatha बहिः अन्यथा आत्मानं प्रकाश्यान यथैव कार्यं करोति सा माया मिथ्याचार रूपा. Okay. So there is lack of maya in their life, meaning what? That they behave in their life something outside and something they are inside. Outside they show that they are someone else, meaning they are being hypocrites. They are not living, what is inside is not what you see outside. And this is how they conduct themselves in the, here the word used is karoti sa maya mithyachara rupa. Mithyachar, in a hypocritical way. Maye, where are we? मायेति इव मादयोः मादयः दोषा येषु अधिकारिषु ब्रह्मचारिवान् अप्रस्थभिक्षुषु निमित्ताभावान् न विद्यन्ते तत्साधनानुरूपेण रूपेण एव तेषामसौ विरजः ब्रह्मलोक इत्येषा ज्ञानयुक्तकर्मवतां गतिः. पूर्वोक्तस्तु ब्रह्मलोकः केवल कर्मिणां चंद्रलक्षण इति. So here he is saying but that brahmachari, meaning here brahmachari has to be used, he who is living following the rules in grahastha ashram also, he who is following the rules in vanaprastha ashram also, and he who is following the rules in sannyas ashram also, he is a brahmachari who is living a disciplined life, is a brahmachari. More importantly than this discipline and everything, that is at the physical and the mental level, but at the spiritual level, brahmachari is he who, as a brahmachari or a grahastha or a vanaprastha or a sannyasi, he is thinking about the reality, the conscious principle. But the verse number 15 and 16 are only about the grahasthas. So we are talking about grahasthas. So which grahasthas are brahmachari? Those who are following the Uttarayana Marg, those who are following the path of the praan, the path of the sun. And that path of the sun is path of the consciousness, path of light. And here it says that such people, they enjoy solitude. Such brahmacharis, brahmachari, vanaprastha, and the sadhus or bhikshuks, such people who live such a disciplined life, then for them the effect of Maya is not there. They don't live a hypocritical life. They don't live a untruthful life. They live a life of truth. Therefore, there is no corruption in their being, and therefore they do, their sadhana yields result, and as a result of that purity, they end up in Brahmalok, meaning they following the path of the sun, they end up in Brahmalok. So now these are not told for us to appreciate. All this is told so that we can live a disciplined life, so that we can fine tune, refine our thinking. Are we following the path of matter, or are we following the path of the spirit? Are we following the path of the moon, wanting to go to heaven, or are we wanting to go follow the path of the sun, which requires discipline, brahmacharya, truthfulness, and the result of that will express as enjoying your own company, no loneliness. And such a person, he does not seek attention, whereas those who follow the path of Rai, they seek attention. They want to be associated, they want to be recognized, they want to be known, they want to make an impact on the world. But the one who follows the path of the sun, he doesn't want to make an impact. His attention is only on the consciousness, and being remaining conscious of the light, leading a life which is light oriented. Automatically such a person will become a force to reckon with in the society, but that does not go to his head. He continues to live in humility, live in brahmacharya, even though he is a grahast. And in this way, following the performing or doing the various duties is karmanushthan, various karmanushthan, and the various gyan is here. Gyan is not of the truth. He is doing the upasanas, he is lost in, he is doing the pujas, he is doing the japa, he is doing the contemplation, he is doing, because he has got so many other jobs to do. He is in the family way. And the moment the vanaprastha stage of his life comes, he is maintaining, he is keeping the car well oiled. If you become self-oriented during grahastha period, very quickly one can lose the plot. But what happens? They do the puja, they do the duties, they do the upasana, and they're keeping the flame burning. It has not become a raging fire. And when the moment of vanaprastha comes, this is in general, okay? It can happen anytime. When the moment of vanaprastha comes, immediately the fire, they dive into it fully, because now no more responsibilities. The only responsibility left in vanaprastha is total dedication to merge into the divine. For a grahastha we are talking about. Not totally dive into children and grandchildren. No. Totally dive into God realization. And for such people, those who live with this discipline, they come to the Brahmalok or the Surya Lok. And those who are contrary to this, they come to the they go to the Chandramasa. So that Prajapati, who is expressing as the Surya Lok and the Chandra Lok, those who follow the matter, those who are impure in their thought, they have not become purified in their being because of matter orientation, because of survival orientation, because of fear orientation, because of attachment, because of desires. All this is the corruption, all this is impurity. They can only get to the Chandra Lok, and the others, they get to the, what did we say, to the Surya Lok. And in this way, the first question of Kabandhi is concluded. And just one moment, I'll tell you who it was. Kabandhi Katyayana. He was mentioned last, but he is the first one who asks the question. So now we will see the second question in our. We can start now, that is not a problem. And remember, just to recap once again, what was the first question? From where did this creation come from? What is its source? And in answer, the Rishi Pippalad tells that this whole creation came from Prajapati, and we saw the way that Prajapati has the as he is coming down to the as the creation is expanding and as it is becoming grosser and grosser, that same Prajapati first he expresses as, I'm repeating, first he expresses as sun and the moon. That one Prajapati appears as sun and the moon. So the path of the sun which leads to Brahmaloka, the path of the moon which leads to heavens and coming back again and again. Then the day and the path of the sun and the moon, these two, they are also nothing but Prajapatis. So as the Maithunam, as the play between the two, what does it bring about? It brings about a year. As the earth is going around the sun and the moon, the one year is created. In that 1 year, again that 1 year is the Prajapati, and it expresses as the Uttarayan and the Dakshinayan. Uttarayan leads to the praan and Dakshinayan leads to Rai, meaning sun and the moon. Then the Uttarayan and again we are going deeper into it, again further fall is happening, taking place. Then comes about the month, and that month again is the Prajapati, and it expresses as the bright fortnight and the dark fortnight. Those who follow the bright fortnight come to the path of the sun, to the abode of the sun, and those who follow the dark fortnight, they go to the abode of the moon, matter and spirit. Again the fall, further fall, and that month again is divided into day. That day is the Prajapati, and in that day again the day, one Prajapati, that day called Prajapati, expresses as day and night. Those who follow the day in the right manner, not wasting their energies in the wrong avenues, following the path of truth, being conscious, doing what is required to be done, and they come to the path of the sun. And those who follow the and it does not mean that only during the day they are following the brahmacharya, and whatever is and if they are following the rules even in the day as well as at night, then but their attention is on the spirit and discipline and purity. When such people then end up in the Surya Lok, and those who follow their desires, they follow the night and they follow the matter, desirous and lusty for everything and anything, such people then end up, because of their impurity, they end up in the Chandra Lok. We are not talking about they will come back as human being. Whatever they are attached to, that will be their destination. But they will come back to earth. And then further, coming down from the day and night, we came to Anna. The food is the Prajapati, and that food was then told, it was told that food expresses as the food becomes the blood, and from the blood the seed is produced, and that seed is the vitality, is the praan, and the womb is the rai, and in this way then it was told what were the rules, what is the mindset, what is the disposition by which the grahasthas, now the point was of grahasthas, because brahmachari doesn't have a wife or children. The grahastha has a husband or wife and children. Vanaprastha, the grahastha lives as a brother and sister, therefore he has to live aloof from his children. And sannyasi, he is totally a renunciate, Even if there are children, wife, husband, there is no attachment, no involvement, no expenditure of thought and energy in that direction, then such a person is a sannyasi who is, on one hand, he has stopped thinking about everyone. On the other hand, he is totally committed to the truth, to the conscious principle. And such a person goes to the grahastha, such a grahastha goes to the Surya Lok. And with that, the first question was concluded. Now we come to the second chapter, Dvitiya Prashnaha. And here, so what was the purpose that what did you learn from this? I am asking. What is that we gained? We gained some knowledge. We gained the knowledge of the Prajapati, the creator, who expresses as all the list that we just narrated. What is going to happen now with this knowledge? What does knowledge do to us? Is knowledge gained by us to be more confused? And if you have understood what was told, it is new knowledge for you. With that, if we use this knowledge in the right manner, then we become free of all the miseries. Remember, miseries are only for the virtual ones. The virtual father, the virtual mother, the virtual son, the virtual parents, etc. So understand. So how, instead of thinking me and my children, me and my wife, me and my parents, and duty orientation, and this, or obsession, attachment, here a holistic picture was presented to us, wherein how one alone is expressing as the two at all levels. In other words, it's one alone who is expressing in and through you and everything in this whole creation. And this is the conclusion that we must come to. This is the transformation in our, if we understand it correctly, our vision will get transformed. That this whole play of sun, moon, Uttarayan and Dakshinayan, of the bright fortnight and the dark fortnight, of the day and night, of the man and of the food, of as seed and woman and her womb. All this is just expansion after expansion after expansion of that one alone, one creator. Alone is appearing as all this. This is how creation has come about. It's the play of one, by the one, in the one, for the one. So our Bhagavad Gita tells, Uddharet atmanatmanam, natmanam avasadayet. Don't take anatma as your support to raise yourself in your life. Anatma, rahi. So raise yourself by yourself, in yourself, for yourself. So when Atma is taken as the support, then you are following the path of praan. You are following the path of sun in that sense. And when you take any other support other than the conscious principle, then you are following the path of anatma. So, Dvitiya Prashnaha, now the second question. Pranaha atta prajapatihi ityuktam. Who is the prana? Who is the enjoyer? Is the prana. He alone is the prajapati. Tasya prajapati tvam atrutvam cha asmin sharire avadharayitavyam iti ayam prashna arabhyate. That his. Now remember one thing. Now first question was very objective in its approach. Where did this whole creation that I am seeing, what is its source? Now the second question takes the same thing and makes it the whole process as subjective. We have alluded to that a little bit, but let's see how the whole verse, this second question takes us there. So how do you make it subjective? In the books, no, it says you have to make it subjective within this body. So when you have to come to realize this Prajapati in this body, in this life, not posthumously. So who is this Prajapati? Who is this creator? Who is none other than the enjoyer of everything? It has to be determined within this body, in this body. If you don't have the body, you cannot do sadhana. When we say body, all the panchakoshas. Without the panchakoshas, you cannot do sadhana. So you may be Brahman. In fact, you are Brahman. But we are not established in it. We are not settled in it. We are not being it. So till we are not being it, we are seeking. And what are we seeking? To be complete, to be happy, to be at peace with ourselves. And we think, when we follow the path of Rai, we think by following the matter, by engaging with matter, by getting attached to matter, by desiring matter, I will become complete. That is not possible. Then we are following the path of Rai. So we have to determine who is this Prajapati, who is the supreme enjoyer for whom all this game is going on. Is he somewhere above the clouds? Here it is told, no, he is within this body. Within this body you have to determine that Prajapatitva and Bhoktrutva. For who is this creator who is expressing as all the opposites? And who is this supreme enjoyer for whom this whole sport is going on? Because one appearing as two, it's a sport. It's a purposeless creation. It's happening. How wonderful. And keeping this in mind, ayam prashna arabhyate. So, taking this into consideration, the second question now begins. Is going to be started. Repeat after me. So now we are going from the gross world. Again it is saying it will be end in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes we'll conclude, whatever happens. Uh, uh, First we were looking at the gross world, the material world outside, the name and form, the gross name and form. Now we are looking at, and in that gross name and form, who was the ultimate? As the Prajapati, the sun. And his counterpart was the moon. This is at the outside world level. Now we go to the subtle world. In subtle world, who are there? Let's see. Atahainam bhargavo vaidarbhi papracha. Atahainam bhargavo vaidarbhi papracha. Bhagavan katyeva deva prajan vidharayante. Bhagavan katyeva deva praja vidharayante. Katara etat prakashayante. Katara etat prakashayante. Kaf punah रेषां वरिष्ठ इति. कफ पुनरेषां वरिष्ठ इति. Together. अतहैनं भार्गवो वैदर्भी पप्रच्छ. भगवन् कत्येव देवा प्रजा विधारयन्ते. कतर एतत् प्रकाशयन्ते. कफ पुनरेषां वरिष्ठ इति. Thereafter, when the first question was answered, now thereafter second question was asked to the sage Pippalad. And who was the questioner? Questioner was Bhargav, who was from the Vidarbha Desh, from the land of Vidarbha. Therefore, he is called as here it says, what is that? Bhargavo, therefore he is called as Bhargava. And Vaidarbhi. So his name is Bhargav and he is coming from the land of Vidarbha. He asked, what did he ask? He says, Bhagavan, Katyeva Devah Praja Vidharayante. He says, who is holding all the gods together? Meaning, or okay, let's put it in another way. Who are all the gods who keep all the beings together? Who hold all the beings together? Who are the gods? Then next, the Vidharayante, Katara etat prakashayante. And out of all those gods, devas, who are the ones who illuminate these beings? And kaha puna esham varishtha iti. And among those gods, who are the best among all those gods? Please enumerate, please answer this for me. So the attention of the student is now shifting from from objectivity to subjectivity. First, the objectivity of the word of the knowledge was in the outer world. Now the same objectivity of knowledge is in the subjective world or subjective field. And in this way, so now when it is told that this prana, who himself is the Prajapati, remember, Atta and Anna, praan and Rai. Atta was the experiencer, Anna was the experienced. Atta was the eater, Anna was the eaten. That Atta is the sun and Anna is the moon. experiencer is the sun because he is of the nature of light, and moon is the one who is borrowing the light. That has got no light of its own. Similarly, spirit is of the nature of light, and matter has got no light. Who is illuminating? And this has to be found out. Who is illuminating? Who is the best among all the devas, etc., etc.? Where can you find out? In this body itself. Oh, really? I thought gods were only in the temple. I thought God is in my altar. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. So I got a big smorgasbord of all the gods. For Monday I got Shiva, for Tuesday I got Hanumanji, for Wednesday I got this god, for Thursday I got Guru, for Wednesday I got Narayana, Thursday I got Guru, for Friday I got the Devi, for Saturday again I got the Hanumanji and Narayana, for Sunday I got the sun god and all other gods, just to make sure I am respecting everyone. Where? Navagraha. Put the oil, go around, go to the temple. May all you gods please take care of me. How long are we going to beg? Instead of begging, instead of living in fear of these gods, recognize them, invoke them within you. Understand where they are placed within you. What is there in the macrocosm, that alone is in the microcosm. That one Prajapati alone is expressing as the sun and the moon. That one year alone is expressing as the Uttarayan and Dakshinayan. That one day alone is expressing as the day and night. That one food alone is anna, alone is expressing as the seed and the womb. Knowledge is power. What do you do with this? Teach others. That is very interesting. Nowadays, a very common way of expressing. It is very interesting. That means you have not understood anything. You have not taken it subjectively. You understood intellectually only to be discarded later. And if the same topic is told again after a few months or years, Acha, I heard it many years ago, but I can't remember what it meant that time. Why? Because you put it, it was not important. Matter was more important. Catch right now. So here it says, I think we'll stop here. We'll do, otherwise I will not be able to complete the bhashya. Oh no, thoda sa hi hai. Okay. अथ अनंतरम ह किलैनम भार्गवः वैदर्भिः पप्रच्छ. Thereafter, the second student, the Bhargava Vaidarbhi, he asked, Hey Bhagwan, katyeva devaha prajam sharira lakshanam vidharayante visheshena dharayante. Then he asked the question, O Lord, after it was said in the last question, in the 14th mantra, what was told that the world is thus created. How many gods hold this whole world? The praja, that is the body. How many gods are holding this body? Remember, we said again the Zoom has ended. Good. Come back. Huh? So he says, who are, how many gods? What do you mean by God? Another question. I told it many times, but I'm sure you have forgotten. Tell me if I can ask a question now. Who are devas? Can you hear me all? Can you all hear me?
Yes, Swamiji.
Nobody is answering. So,
Yes, Swamiji.
so
Yes, Swamiji.
who are devas? Who are these gods who are holding the being, who are holding this body, who is holding the praja? Praja means the beings. So we have sun god, we have got moon god, we have got the nakshatras. We call them gods only, no? Keep that question in. If you don't have an answer right now, keep thinking about it. We'll answer it next time. So how many gods hold this praja, and who is the varishtha, who is the okay, here answer, he says. Next question. Who are holding this? Second question, that was the first. Second one, katare buddhi indriya karmendriya vibhaktanam etat prakashanam swamahatmya prakhyapanam prakashayante. And among them, who are those gods who are illuminating buddhi, indriya, karmendriya, etc.? Means, who is illuminating the intellect, who is illuminating the mind, who is illuminating the eyes, the ears, the nose, the various faculties, the panchendriyas, the five faculties of seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting. Who are the gods who are illuminating these five faculties? And the five karmendriyas, speech, hands, legs, anus and genitals. Who is illuminating these? Prakash, the word used was prakashayante. So who is illuminating this? In whose light are we able to come to know these? Then third question, कोसौ पुनरेषां वरिष्ठः प्रधानः कार्यकरण लक्षणा नाम इति. Among all of them, see here it says that in the previous one, swamahatmya prakhyapanam prakashayante. Here it says illumination means to express your own greatness. That is called illumination. And then the third question is that out of all these bhutas, out of all these various gods, who among them is the pradhan? Who is among them the most reverential? Who is the most powerful? And so please tell me all this. So here the student is going into cause and effect. Question also, in the first question also, cause and effect, but at the gross level, worldly level, Jagrata Avastha level. Now we are going subjective at the mental level, but still cause and effect. The second student is also caught up in cause and effect. Who is illuminating? Who is more powerful? Who is by whom all of them are held together? Who is the most powerful out of all of them? And in this way, the second question was asked, and we'll look at the answer in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Don't go away after the silence. I have to announce something.